Up thing, yeah, like, do I like the Zeri here myself? Not necessarily, but it can definitely survive a lot of the initial dive. Ooh. But Lulu coming in now also just means, like, late priority is going to be wholly bot side favor.
First ultimate leads to not even a flash blown, it's just a flag and drag. You need to be getting more value from that, and that is not a good sign for Rich Gang, as another early Dragon's going to go with the way of Lost Ratones. They've already started to get significant advantages in those side lanes.
We commit to contesting this. Crowny actually ran bot side, but Velia might have something to say to Ozan. No ulti available for the Nocturne.
Yeah, could get a bit interesting. Again, the Paranoia is down. Reckless is here as well with that wild growth you called out a little while earlier as well. So even if you do go in, just press the R button, become a little bit bigger for a little while, and it becomes a lot hard to kill you. So those grubs will get traded to Lost Ratones, and that's a second early game objective. They've gotten that first kill. They need a couple more of those, but this second objective towards the feat of strength marker, it's another strong early game that isn't scrappy, it's disciplined, which I think is the term we wanted to use. Because again, for all the farm numbers have always been good, plays have often been a little bit back and forth as Ozan. Oh no.
No flash.
No Paranoia, he's just dead. The Cataclysm there, and it is just a leash. Have been clean, have been disciplined, and Rich Gang have not managed to find any counter punches at all. They've been barely able to find something in the way of kills. At the moment I say it, Velia ends up in a 1v3. He's about to get Paranoia. Kevo's coming on over. I apologize, Velia. That's what we call a caster curse, folks.
We now look to take better trades as well into the volley bearers. Rich Gang, they're going to look towards topside.
Oh, Baus going to chunk out well onto Matix. Ozan coming on over, has got 8 seconds on that Paranoia. Matix will eat a lot of damage before getting that. Another Sky Splitter comes on down. Matix is really afraid! They tried to wait on the Paranoia, and he just steps too far forward. He's going to try and reset out. He's got a 3-level advantage here, Ozan. I don't know how easy this will be. We'll ult through the Shockwave, and the Stormbringer comes on down, trying to turn it around, as he's got a Sky Splitter. The damage back is foul. Sure, you've got a Conqueror, and eventually they bring it down, but that man, force of will, ult, and an execute.
Elastic.
That's another kill going on over. Lost Ratones punished as he tries to get into the bot side jungle. It just goes from bad to worst. Sure, you got an ult and a heal off Reckless, but that really is the smallest of silver linings.
Yeah, Alaric gonna flash engage though.
They've got the decent exhaust down and get the flash in the barrier. There's no on the hunt quite yet because he's trying to run for his life. The last no! Flash for the burst fire. TP behind. In comes Syndra. Alaric now potentially in danger. So is Kevo, who can maybe look to try and skate around here as Reckless also low. Flag drag knocked out of his E. No chance to get over the wall, and they will turn this one around. Nemesis donated another kill, and Rich Gang finally engaged, but it doesn't
whilst buying time and making sure that, you know, I'm still in range to be able to flash W with that mark over the top of Matix's head. I think Bowser's showing another level in terms of the 1v1.
Like he's had to go towards Executioner's calling, just try and manage it. Here comes the Paranoia, the Knockwave combo. That is nice. The moment we speak well about him, though, Bowser ends up blasted by that mid-jungle.
First.
Will indeed be there with the additional grubs. Reckless also around, so that turret goes on down. They've already claimed feat of strength with the objectives and the kills going their way, so the strongest feat in existence. Lots of gym training.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, that's usually you almost always see it with First Blood Tower. You don't usually see it with all the objectives on one team and purely kills. That caught me off guard right there. I get the feeling that Bowsy's not going to respect and that he's just going to hit towers anyway.
What on earth would give that away? You know, there's no historical precedent for Baus playing aggressively or over
the Nocturne Ori combo. Can we one-shot Nemesis in side lane here? That's the question.
Look for the Knockwave combo. Oh, the Luden's proc is good, but there's a Wild Growth behind, trying to scatter the weak after having already unleashed the power. A lot of balls go scattering forwards. Force of will available, flag, drag. And I think Ozan is going to be picked up by Reckless. Now trying to run after D-Haste, who does get his bit of a speed up there with the command Dissonance. Over the wall goes Alaric with the Battle Dance, but Crowny now coming on forwards. Flag, drag, the quickness back. Kevo will turn into Lightning Crash to buy some value, but Crowny throwing out a large P to the delivery, looking a little bit aggressive. And I don't know where the early soul point from Lost Ratones.
It is like 2 games in a row of extremely early dragon stacking, but Rift Arrow placed mid. That could buy them time, but an EQ flash.
Oh, it's onto Kevo. The exhaust means nothing. They've blown up the Zeri. The gold leader has gone for Rich Gang. Now Ozan is dead as well. They tried to herald in mid lane and Lost Ratones go.
Where solo laners are winning, the jungle's doing extremely well, but look at this EQ where Kevo, he gets stunned up, it's chain CC'd, and there's maybe a frame where he could spam, flash, and get away, but it doesn't quite work out. And it looks like they completely agree. Bao's going to shift from top push to mid as Kevo burns his ulti.
Lightning Crash comes on down and on the hunt to trade back out and away. That's Velia, though, a little bit split off from the squad. Does he get a shockwave, but there's a Wild Growth to keep him safe. But they just turn it around. The power's unleashed. And Crowny with a ricochet of pizza brings down Ozan, who's just feeling a little bit too full after all of that food.
Yeah, 0-5 now on the Nocturne. The dives really aren't working out too well. The laser's going to be eaten by the spell shield, and that's going to be mid-tower as Nemesis threatens the flank.
Oh, he gets the side of Alaric and Kevo mid-quickness.
Oh.
They will turn off the turret after. It's disaster into disaster. Kevo over the wall will throw an Ultra Shock laser. Another double scatter of the week.
God.
Nemesis hits the absolute max value on scatter those fights.
I mean, Nemesis and Velia have been demons, but then you throw in Crowny with the boomerangs, and now Baus is going to finish off Kevo with the Protobelt. It is brutal.
There is nothing left. It is brutalist.
I think that's appropriate. That is definitely appropriate as the gauge comes through.
I don't really know whether that's an engage or maybe a really quick journey over the cliff Lemming style. It is, in fact, a journey over the cliff Lemming style. As Crowny says, here, let me shove you over a little bit further. Baus now on a flank. Alaric's about to realize, oh no, there's a really angry bear
Flash
here.
to Haste.
Haste is trapped inside the Cataclysm. Baus can't actually get involved. And so it doesn't get the assist, but the kill still goes down. Cataclysm keeps that robot woman trapped up for a little bit too long, and there will be no more dancing for the mid laner of Rich Gang.
I mean, Baus isn't done yet. He's trying to look for trades, that AP volley, the E, the skies, but it looks really, really painful there, although that might be the ultimate. But that's a tier 2. Matix is looking for a potential engage.
Flash, quickness, does get the backside. Crowny now in danger to get a bit of a shield there with the barrier. Now Velia coming on over. They polymorph Matix, the Ambessa, as the body rabbit gets nothing down and Crowny gets a double.
Matix tries, and on the 1.5 item spike, that isn't going to be quite enough. He gets autoed down, essentially 1v1'd by Crowny as an AD carry right there. I mean, this has to be an attempt onto the 2 carries of Lost Ratones overextending right here with the ball, but they must have maybe gotten rid of the ball and not quite found it. I'm sure because Orianna was around, they must have misplayed that and gotten the combo wrong in some sort of way. We couldn't quite see on the left-hand side what happened, but Haste has no flash in this
long
regard.
been collected by Nemesis, so he's got executes and fake AP death caps, courtesy of that pass, and now Ozan's going to throw it off the lights, and unfortunately the paranoia really was justified. They are out to get you. They'll teleport in and de-haste. Oh boy, that TP. Yeah, you guessed it, it sucked. The Cataclysm comes on now. Flag drag across onto Alaric. Kevo is split off from the team, and he is swiftly brought low as well. Velia gets that one on the killing spree. Flash out of the sky spinner, but the rocket belt after. You can't run away from this volley bear. As Baus picks up another Lost Ratones, it's 25 minutes on the clock and the inhibitors are falling.
That's, yeah, it looks like it's going to be wrapped up in under 27 minutes, 26:30 thereabouts, if LR choose to end the game right now. Alaric's not going to be able to do anything. He's going to watch the Nexus explode. That is a... What are these 2 games, Sam? This has been so brutal.
Welcome to the clinic, folks. It is...